Once upon a time, I was a highly skilled and dedicated Phantom Forces player. I was a huge fan of StyLiS Studios, going all the way back to Call of Roblox FC, where I mastered the Type 99 and sniping from inside trees. But sometime in 2020, I stopped playing their games regularly due to a multitude of reasons which were mostly gameplay based. The smaller reason happened to be the furry and anime content they put in their game that I thought was unrealistically out of place and kinda strange looking. Well, little did I or anyone else know that those furry and anime sites were only scratching the surface of related problems happening at that time. Phantom Forces devs and staff have been called out for allegedly covering up numerous instances of inappropriate and predatory furry and anime behavior for years. A video was published by Phantom Forces YouTuber Strider outlining these accusations and providing evidence alongside them. I'll briefly go over a couple cases Strider revealed, but not all of them because I want y'all to watch his video as he's much closer and more familiar with all this than I am. His video will be linked below, so once we're done here, I want y'all to go watch it for more information. I'm just here to help share the word. One situation involves this guy by the name of Juke, a Roblox predator who has been in prison since 2022 for illegal in-person interactions with a kid. Juke was once a bad business YouTuber and streamer before their devs found out about allegations of him inappropriately talking to minors in 2021 and banned him. For whatever reason, the bad business devs didn't post it publicly, but they alerted the devs of other games, which apparently included Phantom Forces. Despite that, Juke would keep his role as a Phantom Forces partnered content creator despite the StyLiS team allegedly being made aware that he was a predator. Phantom Forces devs allegedly chose to endorse Juke despite being told of his actions and actually continued to endorse him after he was arrested. He had a content creator case skin in the game that remained apparently for years following his original exposal and arrest, alongside skins for other exposed individuals. A predator was allegedly allowed to keep his content creator status despite devs knowing of his predatory behavior, and his skin remained after his arrest. The entire StyLiS studio would put out a response going over that and the other incidents Strider talked about, which we'll be talking about shortly. Another bizarre case involves a StyLiS studio Discord mod by the name Hal, aka Forklift Certified, who sent hundreds of inappropriate messages on StyLiS' server. Some of those comments would be made while the Ready Player One event was happening in PF, and some were aimed at a 15-year-old called Chell. These messages would be rediscovered in 2023 and brought to the attention of main devs, including owner Lito Zinnemann by a YouTuber called Spirals. Allegedly, Lito Zinnemann wasn't very open to removing this replaceable mod because it wouldn't solve existing problems, and nobody but Spirals complained about him. Even with all the public evidence against Hal, Lito Zinnemann seemed very uninterested in removing him, which can be seen in this video by Mapasum. Interestingly, that sentiment of not wanting to remove a problematic person unless it became a big deal was expressed by lead developer Axis Angle. In a stream on the official StyLiS Studios Twitch, he basically said they removed a longtime contractor named Mar, not because of their actions, but because of PR.
So the reason why Mar was let go is because there was some bad, I don't know, like people got wind that he did stuff that wasn't super savory in 2018, but that was like a long time ago. And but that wasn't the reason why we let him go. It was because I think there was a lot of hostility. There was a lot of bad PR. Huh? People got wind that he did stuff that wasn't super savory, but that wasn't the reason why we let him go. It was because I think there was a lot of bad PR.
This Mar person was a big contractor to Phantom Forces before being forced to step down after allegations of predatory behavior were made. Mar would then be allowed to write a farewell post where he tried to pull a Josh Primo by claiming he was leaving due to mental health. Despite Phantom Forces leadership being aware of the allegations, Mar was allowed to blame everything on mental health, and StyLiS never disclosed the truth. Mar and Phantom Forces leadership swept it under the rug and removed him for reasons like bad PR rather than predatory behavior, according to Axis. Axis Angle and Mar are apparently still friends and interact with each other on furry fandom websites. Also, in that same stream, Axis Angle decided to show off an NSFW furry mousepad he was using to everyone watching this official StyLiS Studios stream. One of the lead devs of Phantom Forces decided to show their Twitch audience, which most likely included kids, an NSFW furry mousepad. Being so irresponsible makes me wonder if it somehow ties into the other issues Axis Angle and maybe even other devs were involved in relating to disgusting stuff. These claims made against StyLiS Studios and Phantom Forces devs and staff, alongside the evidence backing it, show a pattern of extreme negligence. The ones we went over, and the ones in Strider's vid that y'all need to see, follow this weird trend of covering for furry and anime-related degeneracy and predatory behavior. Hiding stuff would continue after Strider's video released, as the StyLiS Studios Discord would be locked down and they'd get the Phantom Forces Reddit closed. They seemingly also temporarily blocked words in PF chat, as the exact phrases I was able to say shortly after the vids released became censored later in the day. Well, a day later, StyLiS Studios put out a response to almost everything in Strider's video, which will also be linked below for y'all to see. For the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to talk about the topics we went over here, but y'all should look at the response once you're done watching Strider's video. When it comes to Juke, they admit they were made aware of inappropriate conduct by bad business devs, but not to the extent that we all know now. Apparently, Juke asked to start anew with Phantom Forces, so PF leadership let him keep his content creator status despite doing enough to be banned from bad business. Juke would only be removed once everything about him came out, which was the right move, but way too late considering the action made against him prior. The response didn't mention what information was initially made known to them, but whatever it was likely what got him banned from bad business. If whatever he did was bad enough to get him banned from there, then PF leadership shouldn't have kept him around, but they irresponsibly did. They also mentioned Juke and other weirdos' gun skins being kept in-game far past their exposures, and their response to that isn't great. They said they weren't made aware right away, skins were likely assigned low priority, and that there was a lack of internal systems in place to rapidly replace skins. Apparently, replacing skins of Predators wasn't high priority, which is bad, but they also act like it was super hard or impossible to replace skins. Well, that's not the case, and I know this from experience because I frequently used a skin called M90 that was replaced between 2017 and 2019. Upon further research, I was able to find out there were actually 4 more skins from that exact same case that were changed between that time frame. The Juke stuff happened in 2022 through 2023, so the ability to replace skins existed years prior to StyLiS Studios apparently not being able to. Maybe the skin process changed, but even if it did, there's virtually no way it's a long and strenuous task to replace textures that I'm told are simply texture ID based. StyLiS' response to the Hal situation basically states that he left in 2023 when the messages got exposed, so they didn't do anything. I'm not sure if he left before or after Lito Zinnemann expressed hesitancy to remove him, but either way, they could have notified people of his actions and banned him from PF. They should have let people know what he did so others could know he's potentially dangerous rather than letting him run away without consequence. Then we get StyLiS' response to Axis Angle's stream, where they talk about the weird Mar clip and omit one pretty major thing. In response to the Mar clip, they say Strider stretched a claim to say that Mar was let go only when people found out.
But that wasn't the reason why we let him go. It was because I think there was a lot of hostility. There was a lot of bad PR.
Well, it's pretty hard to argue against Axis Angle saying Mar's predatory actions weren't the reason why he was let go. StyLiS Studios also admitted that letting Mar release his statement and not releasing what actually happened was an unsatisfactory response for the community. StyLiS' response also doesn't mention how Axis Angle showed off an NSFW furry mousepad on that same stream that, remember, was on the StyLiS Studios official Twitch. I encourage all of you to watch their videos because they're much closer to these people and the situation as a whole than I am. What I've seen so far is definitely enough for me to permanently avoid Phantom Forces and StyLiS Studios stuff, which, I can't lie, kinda does hurt. I grew up with both Call of Roblox FPS and Phantom Forces, and PF is definitely my most played game ever, not just Roblox. I had so many good memories in both games, but now they're tarnished seeing these devs seemingly cover up for Predators numerous times. On a personal level, I just can't get myself to support people like that, and it seems that a lot of others feel the exact same way. Please visit the videos and docs I've mentioned in this video so y'all can formulate your own opinions on this unfortunate situation.